today we're going to be doing the Earth sign forecasts, and that is going to be for Taurus, Virgo. Let's see, I think this way. I have to try to remember how it's going to be the correct way for you. And then also Capricorn. So the 3 earth signs, and I chose to do the earth signs on Thursdays. I tried to align it with the planetary day. So for the first 3 days of the week, we've got the moon on Monday, and that would be the water signs. We've got Mars on Tuesday for the fire signs, and the air signs on Wednesday with Mercury. Now Thursday is the day of Jupiter, and that is the day of wealth and expansion, and is typically associated with the sign of Sagittarius, which is a fire sign. But I chose to tie it in with the earth signs and the material plane and emphasis on monetary goods and gain. So that's the tie-in for Thursday and the earth signs. So before we get started, I have my selenite wand, and I'm just going to be kind of gently moving it over your aura. We're all just gonna kind of set our intention for the reading, find out, or, think about what you want to find out for the reading. Think about any troubles, any difficulties that you've been having in your life, that you'd like some closure, or you'd like solutions. You'd like to find a good way forward. And just kind of relax and take some deep breaths. No need to push or take the most extreme breaths, just very gentle, just a very gentle healing breath. And one more. And those deep breaths are also very good for stimulating the vagus nerve, which helps your brain communicate with the rest of your autonomic systems throughout the body, especially the intestines, which we are now finding out more that is almost like a second brain in the body. So, before we really get started, I did want to mention a couple of housekeeping things. I do offer private readings. Those are over on my website, and that information is down in the description box. I have several different price points depending on your personal needs. I do custom videos, and I also wanted to mention that after we are done here, I go over and I upload a video to the members channel where I do crystal scrying based on the reading that I've just done. So if you want extended messages or you really enjoy the crystal scrying, that is going to be over in the members section of the channel. So thank you so much for joining me. and thank you to everyone for your support. For the readings this week, I'm using this really beautiful deck. That I got through a Kickstarter. Sorry, I'm watching my little box on the side over here, trying to make sure that I'm not telling you anything important if my internet is dipping. And I tried uploading a video yesterday, and I just did not get the very same engagement that I get with the live streams, so I'm just going to do live streams. But if you purchase a video, it will be pre-recorded, edited, and uploaded very professionally. So this is the Omni Tarot. Oh, hi countries of the world, welcome back. This is by Olivia Healy, and it's a very beautiful deck. I have greatly enjoyed working with it. And we will start with the sign of Taurus. So I'll go ahead and shuffle the cards and write down my timestamp, and then we'll get into the reading. And Taurus, if you would, just kind of set your intention. Focus on what you'd like to find out from the reading. Or even if you'd like to just get some general messages, we're doing that here today as well. So just kind of relax and let's see what's coming through here for you today. Okay, yeah. Getting a lot of reversals for you today. Okay, good. If I don't get any uprights, I am going to reshuffle, but it looks like I got one upright, so I'm gonna go with it. But what that tells me, when you have a lot of reversals like this, Taurus, and I will tell you that the one card that you got in the upright is the Eight of Swords, and it's in the midheaven. So what that tells me is that you are kind of in a space of indecision, of things not being clear. Oh, countries of the world. Do you mean what state am I originally from, or do you mean where I'm living now? I live in California now, but I'm from Georgia originally. So what that tells me when these cards are reversed is that there's indecision, things are unclear, and there's a lot fogging up your mind right now. And that's gonna be what makes you feel trapped like this. But let's kind of go through these cards and see what we can kind of tease out. Tease out, tease out, tease out. So, Taurus, the card for your past, we have the World card, and it's reversed. There was a completion to something sometime in the past, and as you can see up here, all the fixed signs are on the World card. It is a fixed energy. The World card is associated with the planet Saturn and with Earth elemental energy, so very grounded, very fixed, very much within your energy, very solid energy. So there was a period of time in the past where that was the case, and now we're kind of moving out of that. Here in the current situation, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and it's showing up reversed. So this card being in the reverse, you may be very close to financial freedom, but still feel like it's kind of outside of your reach. So the Nine of Pentacles, one thing about, the Nine of Pentacles, so we're already within your energy of Earth, right, with the Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is kind of like a, not necessarily generational wealth, but it's more of a card indicating that there could be potential for passive income. Oh, I have been to Scotland, but it was some time ago. I haven't traveled much outside of the country since I got out of high school. But I'm going to change that soon. Crossing the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Hanged Man. And this card is the crossing card, so it's read in the upright. You feel like you're kind of in a situation of stasis, that there are things blocking you, holding you back. We're seeing that again with this Eight of Swords very strongly, right? So there might be more things that you could do to increase your passive income, whether that's writing a blog, having a YouTube channel, doing a drop shipping type thing, investing in crypto. These aren't necessarily all things that I myself would do, but just kind of brainstorm what kind of potentials are there for you, because I do think that you're very close to this. That's why it's showing up here. That's why it's indicated. And the Hanged Man, you might feel like there are restrictions, but really pay attention to what's an actual restriction and what is just a list that you need to write out before you do it, right? Because sometimes people will be like, well, I can't do that because of X, Y, or Z. Well, you've already started making that list of things that you could do that would take you closer to your goal, right? So that's kind of the key. Down here in the MMC I already answered that question. Yes, I have. The MMC we have the Death card reversed. So this also kind of speaks to that stagnancy that you might be experiencing. That the potential for change is there, and that's why this card is showing up. but it's going to take something to get it started. So I think the cards in your perspective and the outside perspective are rather telling on this issue as well. I think I went to Edinburgh. I saw one of the castles. It was really nice. But it's very cold there, and it's damp, so it's like a bone-chilling kind of cold. From your perspective, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a card about financial beginnings. And I think that you feel like what you are lacking at this time is the seed money to get started on whatever this endeavor might be. That if you had a small package of money that you could invest, that you would be able to do so and it would take you further. From the outside perspective, yeah, it is cold there. We have the Star card in the reverse. Now the Star card is fellow fixed sign Aquarius. So we do have quite a bit of pentacle energy, earth element energy, and fixed energy here in your reading today, Taurus. The Star card showing up from the outside perspective tells me that you might not be tapping into the resources of your social groups in ways that could be very beneficial to you. Now, of course, we don't want to use our friends, right? We don't want to feel like we're using people. But oftentimes, your friends do really want to help you in situations, and especially in situations where things that uplift you are going to also uplift them, right? Or it's not even that big of a deal for them to help you, right? So I think that you have not been necessarily tapping into these things the way that you could. In the future, we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. And this card can be about financial disappointment. It can be about feeling left out in the cold. And I think that it's something that you perceive to be looming in the future. But this card is reversed because it's only a potential. And I don't think it's as much a warning as an invitation to get out of your own head and out of your own way. I think you're kind of at this time, Taurus, a little too far in your own head about what is possible for you financially, and especially with the resources that are possible. I do think there is a change that needs to be made, and you might be fighting that very hard, actually. But that also will bring you forward. Death is a card of transformation, and it's nothing to be feared. Here in the hopes and fears, we have the Three of Cups in the reverse. And this showing up here, honestly, is a lot like the energy that I'm getting from the Star card in the reverse, in that you might feel right now like you don't have many close friends around you. I think that's kind of a misconception. We've all kind of been through a period of isolation and separation, Oh, thank you, Victoria. This deck is the Omni Tarot. I bought it on Kickstarter, but it might be available now for purchase online. It's starting to be time now to reach back out to people. This is something I myself have been working slowly toward, as it's sometimes difficult to come out of isolation. Here in the midheaven, I've shown you this card a few times already. We have the Eight of Cups in the upright. And the Eight of Cups is the Eight of Swords. I keep saying that. The Eight of Swords upright is a card about feeling trapped. And this is going to be a direct result of refusal to go along with this change. Change will happen regardless. But how you fight the change or how you work toward the change is really going to dictate what happens in the future. So that if you just kind of go along with it, but are kind of dragging your feet the whole way, you're really going to be cutting off a lot of your resources. And the final outcome for you, Taurus. We have the Knight of Pentacles, and this card is showing up reversed. And it's kind of what I've been saying for a lot of the reading, that this card is reversed because the potential is there. But it's going to depend on how you are able to change your mindset and your way of doing things. The Knight of Pentacles is about this knight bringing money in to you. And when he's upright, he's going pretty quickly. And when he's reversed like this, he's very slow. And earth energy is pretty slow to begin with. So that's slowing down things even more. And so I would invite you to whatever this change is that's going on right now. I know you feel like your hands are tied in a situation, but there are choices that you can make even with your hands tied. There's a lot of bound energy here with this Hanged Man and with the Eight of Swords, that you feel trapped in something, that you feel tied up by it. But those feelings are what is going to hold you back, because there are going to be ways for you to move forward that are productive. And I'm not saying that you're not doing your utmost to find those things, but part of that is going to be giving yourself more room to grow mentally as well. Positive affirmations and stuff like that can do a lot to change your mindset on situations. And I'm not trying to be toxically positive here, but when I look at this reading, I don't see a bad situation. I just see somebody who feels trapped, but I don't see what's making them feel trapped. So know that the money will come when you need it. No matter how much money you need, you will have enough. All right, Taurus. So that is going to conclude your reading for today. And I'm going to turn these cards over so I'll have them for reference when I go over and do the crystal scrying. And next, we're going to move on to the sign of Virgo. And Virgo, just kind of gently relax and set your intention. Think about what it is that you might like to know for the week ahead, the month ahead, the upcoming year. We did just get a new year, after all. And I'm almost done shuffling your cards, so thank you for your patience. Okay, Virgo, let's see what we have here. Very interesting so far. We've got a lot of texture to your reading, a lot of major arcana cards. A lot of major arcana for you this week, Virgo. So, let's unpack what's going on here. Here in the past, we have the Eight of Cups. I see you leaving a situation, and this card is showing up upright in the past. So you could have left a situation very recently, or you could be in the process of leaving. You could be leaving a job. You could be moving, relocating. You could be leaving a relationship, a bad situation. All of these things are possible. You could even be leaving a situation. Usually what it means when we get the Eight of Cups like this is that you're leaving a situation that's not all bad. There's a lot of good there. But for whatever reason, you have decided that it's not right for your path forward for you to stay. Here, in the current situation, we have the King of Pentacles crossed by the Ten of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is someone who's very stable, very established financially. And we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is legacy wealth and financial fulfillment. So Virgo, it does look as though you are in a very good environment. And when we have this Eight of Cups person in the past, we can see that this is what they're walking towards. So I'm getting a very transitional energy from this as well, because you're not necessarily leaving this behind. You're leaving some situation behind, and you might have money tied up in that. But there seems to be more wealth that you're headed toward in the future. Down here in the Imam this is everything that is going to lead to the eventual destiny that we'll be looking at in the midheaven. And we have the Hermit card here. The lotus blossom represents things like enlightenment, the higher self. And the Hermit is protecting that energy very closely. The Hermit is someone who is seeking that enlightenment, looking within to find the depths of the spiritual self. And this is often a card about being very solitary. very solitary. So that might be something that you are doing right now, Virgo. This is your card in the major arcana of the tarot. From your perspective on the current situation, we have the Devil card. There are either things that are tempting you, or there could be this idea of there being things that are blocking you from achieving your highest self. The Devil can be about illness, it can be about depression, it can be about addictions. So you might be right now, because this is from your perspective, from an outside perspective, or rather the truth of the matter, the heart of the matter, is that you are doing some self-seeking. But you might also perceive this as, and especially for you, Virgo, the devil's in the details. And finding all of the ways that either you're holding yourself back, or different factors that hold you back, really pinning down those sources and doing as much as you can to eliminate them from your life at this time. And the Devil card is upright, so I think there is like an evaluation going on there. It could also be that you perceive this as playing into a kind of devil energy for yourself. But I don't think that's the case, Virgo. I think that isolation is something that we are all going through at this time. I apologize about my internet. I do have an Ethernet cable plugged into my modem, so it's working as hard as it possibly can. From an outside perspective, we have the Empress card reversed. People see a lot of potential in you for creative growth, for divine feminine inspiration. You don't have to be a woman to be inspiring in a feminine way. But this is the kind of creation that requires gestation over time. So it could also be that people have seen that you've created a project, and now that you are kind of removed from public situations, they haven't really seen the progress. There might be questions about what's going on, or people might have assumed that you've dropped the ball, but I don't think that's the case here. I think you've just been working on it outside the public eye. Here in the future, Virgo, we have the High Priestess reversed. She's got this pomegranate as well. The Empress has these 3 pomegranates. And the High Priestess has this pomegranate that is split in half. The High Priestess is about secrets. It's about hidden knowledge. It's also about, because the High Priestess is aligned with the energy of the moon, the planetary energy, even though the moon is a moon, it's not a planet. But it's considered a planetary energy when it's in regards to us here on Earth. And so the High Priestess is aligned with that planetary energy as well, and adjunctly to the water signs, and specifically to Cancer, and so on and so forth, right? So this card showing up in the reverse in the future for you, there could be great secrets that are revealed to you in the very near future, Virgo. Or secrets being revealed in general, hidden knowledge being gained. Now this card is in the reverse. So the potential is there. Oh, hi countries of the world, welcome back. Or maybe you never left. But it's good to see you. For your hopes and fears. We have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. And this card, reversed, shows us that you might be afraid of a breakup. The Ten of Cups is a completion. And sometimes when I see the Ten of Cups in the reverse like this, it could talk about a breakup that wasn't necessarily contentious, or a separation of two people. You might be afraid that you'll never achieve this emotional fulfillment also. But this is just here in your hopes and fears, and I don't really see a lot else in this reading about relationships, honestly. Oh, thank you, countries of the world. I really appreciate your support. Up here in the midheaven, we have the Judgment card in the reverse. So again, this is an energy where the potential exists. The Judgment card can be an initiation. It can be that elevation to the next level that we've been working on here with the Hermit. So the High Priestess is also a very solitary figure, like the Hermit, and this is going to be the progression that you take after the Hermit. Now it's reversed because, of course, the potential is there, but it's up to you to grab it. Oh, thank you, countries of the world. I love all those emojis. They're so beautiful. Thank you. The Judgment card can be about a test. There might be some qualifying test that you have to go through as well. So the Judgment card could be speaking to that. The final outcome, we have the Tower card. Exactly, Captain Holtz. Exactly. That's how the earth signs do, right? The Tower card is showing up in the upright. So regardless of how you choose to proceed, you will be progressing out of this energy of the devil and into some kind of massive change. Now, the Tower card can be a destructive change, but I like to think of it as when you do a controlled burn on an area, a wooded area, and it burns out all of the undergrowth, and then there's less competition, for one, and for two, another thing that you end up with is very fertile soil from that burning process. So it creates a much better environment for the things to flourish that remain growing afterward. All right, Virgo, so that is going to conclude your reading for this week. And now we are going to move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, 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 Capricorn. And Capricorn, while I shuffle your cards, just kind of take some time, set your intention, and think about what you would like to learn. Oh, wow, that's really cool. I had never done one myself, but I've seen them on the side of the highway. Lemonade, I might. I was getting a lot of unwanted attention for the glove videos, and I'll kind of just leave it at that. But I would do them as custom videos. And I'm not totally opposed to doing videos with gloves in the future. Alright, Capricorn, I'm almost done shuffling your cards. And I have seen people on the side of the highway doing the controlled burns. It's a very interesting process. They did them a lot more that I saw in Georgia. They would do a lot of controlled burns, and out here in California they don't seem to do them as much, which is really a shame. Alright, Capricorn, let me make a note of your timestamp. Oh, well, I'm not opposed to doing them in the future. But I am working on some different formatting things for the channel, and so I want to find a way to work them in organically. The main focus of my channel is my magical practice and my divination. And so anywhere they fit into that, I'm more than happy to add them in. But the focus of my channel is not the leather gloves, and I would like to make that very clear. But I do appreciate those of you who enjoy those videos and have been very supportive and respectful towards me during the time that I have made them. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Pine trees are one of the intermediate species between like wetland and deciduous forest. And they're very difficult to preserve. So that makes sense. And I do want to thank all of you for joining me on the live stream today. I really appreciate you coming out for this, and I hope everyone is having a good time. So, in the past, Capricorn, we have gotten very blurry all of a sudden. Oh, let's see if I can get it to come back. Come back, come back. Well, this is the Six of Pentacles. Maybe you can see it from back here. All fuzzed out like this. I kind of look like Pinhead a little bit from Hellraiser. But that's not really how they look. Let's see. Maybe I can get it to spot focus if I tap the screen. Well, anyway. So the Six of Pentacles is a card about financial ebb and flow. Financial ebb and flow. And the flow of resources both in and out. So where we have this card in the upright, we're looking more at finances flowing out, giving to charity, maybe volunteering your time, things like that. Let me check if I can, there we go. Okay, there we go, now we're back. And you can see here that they also have some scales. So we're talking a little bit about balance, but not exclusively about balance. It's an important distinction to make. You balancing your finances is different from the balance back and forth of finances and resources between you and other people. Here in the current situation, oh, maybe. I haven't ever had that problem before. So, we have the Four of Wands here, which is a celebration, and it's crossed by the Sun card. This could be a marriage. You could be celebrating a graduation. It's going to be some kind of life milestone. It's very important to you, as we can see with the Sun card here crossing. So that is something very good is happening for you right now, Capricorn. I can see from the cards. Down here in the Imam Silai, these are the energies that the destiny in the midheaven is going to be based upon. So we have the Six of Wands, and this Six of Wands is about some kind of victory. But the card is showing up reversed, so we see that the potential is there for victory. You got these Four Wands. You have the Four Wands, and that's cause to celebrate. But with the Six of Wands, you feel like you're too short of this Six of Wands victory. Here in the your perspective situation, that's this position. We have the Five of Wands reversed. And I think that you are removing yourself from situations where there is rivalry or situations where there's too much competition. You're either removing yourself from these situations or possibly exacerbating and making it worse. It's going to be up to you, but this might be more about the feelings regarding any competition and rivalry that is surrounding you. From the outside looking in, we have the Five of Swords, and this card also is reversed. So the Five of Swords showing up reversed, somebody might think that they've gotten the better of you. This isn't necessarily the case. In fact, because it is somebody else's perspective, I would say that it's less likely that that's the case. You might have seen it as like a friendly rivalry, and this other person might have been like really, really committed to this situation. So it's interesting that we have these two different perspectives on it. Now, here in the future, we have a progression from this, where we have the Six of Pentacles. You've dedicated some energies, some resources, perhaps even some money to something. And you are seeing a return on that now with this Three of Wands. So this is a very interesting progression for you, as it means that things are going to be coming in for you in the future based on energies that you have put out there, Capricorn. Here in your hopes and fears. We have the Page of Pentacles. You would like very much to possibly get a new job offer. Because of the gist of this reading as well, this Page of Pentacles might actually be an offer that you would like to make to somebody else. Because a lot of the cards that I'm seeing here, it's more like you are in an area of advantage, and it might be that you're deciding to create opportunities for other people based on that. And up here in the midheaven, this is going to be the destiny. This is what is coming out of this Six of Wands. And it's very similar energy, the Chariot card. So whatever this victory is that you're working towards in the current time period, the potential is there for it to come in for you in the future. The Chariot also, on both of these cards, they're riding either on a horse or they've got this implication of mobility. Mobility and victory. And you're going from the minor arcana of the Six of Wands into the major arcana of the Chariot card. So, there is a lot of potential in your reading here, Capricorn. And I do see that you might be bringing in new people to help you with this. And the final outcome, we have the Queen of Swords. And she's reversed. So this could be you speaking your truth. This could also be ruthless behavior. It's a little more difficult to say. Now this card is in the future, so this could be a potential situation in the future in which you will be able to properly convey your truth to others. But it could also be a situation where you default into ruthlessness because you did get your way. So I would say just be very mindful of this energy and the way that you can use it with other people. The Queen of Swords can be very manipulative when she's reversed like this, and using loopholes and tricks to get what she wants. But the Queen of Swords can also be a powerful advocate for her own message, for her own version of the truth. And that can be very important. So just make sure that your motivations remain pure. And that would be my advice to you. Alright, Capricorn, that will conclude your reading for today. So I do want to say a magnificent thank you to